Angie from Concord 9th. Today I'm here to walk you through our November 2019 new product release. This month we have a fun array of products to help you send cards all year long. There are 2 Turnabout stamp sets, yet 3 Turnabouts, a set of thank you sentiments, an amazing alphabet and numbers bundle to spell out whatever you want, and this really cool hexagon die that has endless possibilities. I will be sharing a few details about each of these products and showing you some projects today, but be sure to check out each individual product page for more inspiring projects and even how-tos on how to use these products. Introducing our Hexagon Designer dies. At first glance, this may look like your everyday background die, but it has so many possibilities. First, let's go over the packaging. There are 2 dies, the overall hexagon background, and these 2 zigzag strips. Look on the back to see that we've supplied you with a pattern, this cute flower with the word hi. Okay, now if you go back and open up the packaging, here on the right are 6 steps on using the dies. On the left, we are showing you 3 patterns that you can follow, and when you open up the trifold, you get 7 more patterns for a total of 11 to get you started. Okay, now because this is a detailed die, we do recommend using a cardstock shim and running it through your die cut machine 2 to 3 times. Okay, so following these instructions, you're first going to decide what color you want your hexagon to be. So I want my hexagon to be this gray piece, and I want my card base to be white. Okay, so I'm going to run this through the machine. Now you can choose to die cut it so the die blade is up or down. Okay, so I'm going to show you going up, and then you'll place your 2 plates right here. And then, like I said, we recommend putting a cardstock shim on top of the plate and running it through your machine 2 to 3 times. That will ensure that all of those little hexagons cut. It's very detailed, so it needs to be run through a few times. It will ensure that all of those are cut and many of them will fall out. Okay, and then you end up with your piece that looks like this. Okay, so you've got your piece that you're going to put onto your card base like this, but don't forget, when you die cut that out, you end up with a lot of little hexies. So this one piece created this bowl full of gray hexagons right here. So you get a lot. It's really fun. I maybe shouldn't tell you, but I think Greg counted there's a little over 400. Anyway, you've got lots that you can play with. Okay, now we also suggest if you have a lot of scrap pieces, it is smart, if you know what colors you want on your card like this one, you can take your scrap pieces and put them on the die all at once. So put like a big chunk of magenta, some green, yellow, black, all on one die and run it through, and then you have all of your little bits to build your card. Okay, now I'm just going to show you how to get started here. So I am going to take, if you want to glue the entire thing down, I would use like some liquid glue and go in and put little bits of glue all over that hexagon and place it down. For time, I'm just going to hurry and put some of this repositionable adhesive on and put it on my card base. Okay. Okay, so there we're ready to go. So it's kind of like counted cross stitch. You can choose where you want to start if you're following this pattern. You can start with the word hi, or you can start over here with the flower. So let's start, I'm going to start with this edge of the flower. So you can see that there's this edge that's like a half a hexagon, and then 1 full strip of blank. And then I'm going to start. So I've got 4 blank ones at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my flower starts here. So I'll take my liquid glue. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll put just a little dot on those 3 spots right there. And let's go in, let's do red, and pick up a little hexagon. Okay, and then just drop that in. You can use lots of different tools. I've got our die release tool here, a pair of tweezers, but it is really fun to do. Now, if I was a professional at tweezers, this would be easier. Okay, here we go. And just drop that on, and then I just kind of put it in place with my die release tool. Let's do one more. And then shimmy that down into place. Okay, so I've got the 3, and then it skips a spot, and then you do the 3 more. Okay, so you get the idea of how to build that. You can start wherever you want and just build across, and you'll end up with a finished card. So that's one way to do it. Here I want to show you another way. So let's do this card right here. Okay, so I've got my card base. I'm going to put my hexagon background down. Okay, now because there are a lot of little flowers on here and they're all different colors, to save myself time, I'm going to start with a pencil, okay? So let's start over here. I've got that top row of half hexagons and then a full row, and that's where my orange flower starts. So let's go 1, 2. So I count 1, 2, and then my orange would start here. So I'm gonna go like this: orange, 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 and then my center. Okay, then I know there's 2 blank spots next to that orange, 2, and then that's where my like pool color starts. And then my center. Then I see that there's, let's do 3 over from that, 1, 2, 3, and this is where my navy would start. So I'm just putting little, like I put an O for orange, P for pool, N for navy, and then as you can see, then if I go in and do all of those flowers, then I already know where I'm gonna place them, and I can quickly just add my colors in and fill in my card. So that's one little hint that we have. If you already know what your design is, or you wanna follow one of these patterns, just simply go in and pencil it and then cover it up with your hexagons in all those fun colors. Okay, now let's talk about these zigzag strips. Okay, so there's instructions down at the bottom that show you, but when you die cut those, you end up with all these fun strips, okay? This is going to be a quick way to add color in rows. Okay, so you're going to take your card base and you kind of want to decide, I want all of those stripes to be maybe right there on that portion of my card. Then you'll take your overlay, your hexagon overlay, and just kind of line it up with the strips like this, okay? I haven't attached anything. I did, however, nest these strips together. They're right close to each other, and I just used a little bit of tape to hold them together. Okay, so let's decide that I want them about right there on my card. So you can see where to line those up, and then you'll take your liquid glue, okay, and put your liquid glue on the back of those rows, okay, and attach it right to the full length strips, and then you'll attach that full piece down to your card base. And look how quickly you've added in lots of color with the stripes. Okay, and then you'll just take your scissors and clip off the excess. But that is a quick way if you want solid color stripes, like on this one, or even this example, and this example. Okay, so when you're done, you have a really cool looking card that looks like that. And you've added in that color so quickly with those strips. Okay, now I want to show you one other way that you can do this. Here is a card where we've designed a heart, and this is all glued down nice and tight, okay? The other thing you can do is go back to taking this and using the repositionable like I did before. You're just gonna Basically, you're using this as a guide, okay? I'm not going to, it doesn't matter that this is not adhered tightly to my card base. So I'm gonna put that down, okay? And then I will go in, like if I wanted to copy this card exactly, I'll go in and start adding in my hexagons to make the little, the heart there. Here is the trick. Okay, this is done with repositionable. This is permanently glued down. The repositionable allows you to lift that off and your hexagons stay in place. Don't mind all the glue. You can just take your adhesive remover and get the adhesive off of there. Okay, but then you have the same card but two different ways. You have it with the hexagon showing, or you can peel that off and you have this adorable heart hexagon design. So that is another really fun way to use this die. Okay, so I've given you some examples. You've got 11 that you can get started with here. So you can build your cards like we did here, or you can go in and start creating your very own designs. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. It's whatever you can think up. But let me show you some examples that we've created. Okay, here's that cute card like this flower one here. And we've just gone in and added the sentiment on top. Here is one that we did a super sneak peek on Halloween. Hopefully you saw that on Instagram and Facebook. But we just designed our own little pumpkin. Here is one that is inside the book. This is showing that you can do words too. So there it is in real life. Okay, so you can design words. You've got swirls on there. Here is one where we've used the strips to add color quickly. Isn't that spectrum amazing? And then we've topped it off with a sentiment using our tall type alphabet. Now here is one I want to show you inside here. So you've got the word yay, and you can see that we left the hexagon guide on top of the card. But here is the same card where we've removed the hexagon. Okay, so you've followed the pattern to get the big yay, and then you have this fun confetti all around, and then we lifted off the hexagon. And it looks like you just magically put all of those down by yourself without a guide. It's so cool. And this is also using our gold glitter paper, and you've got gold foil pieces on there as well. Okay, here is one. It's a Christmas card where we've pulled off the hexagon guide and made this adorable Christmas tree. Here is one that is super special. This is an ornament. It says ho ho ho, and this was actually created by our dear friend Callie. I was at an event with her and she saw me die cutting all of these hexagons and wanted to know what I was doing, and she quickly asked if she could play, and she made this beautiful ornament saying ho ho ho. I asked her if I could steal it. Well, she gave it to me. Here is another option. This is not using the hexagons, but it's using the guide. Okay, so we've just taken the guide and offset that a little bit and made this really cool background. So there's not only can you do things with the small little hexagons, but you can do really cool patterns with the hexagon guide piece as well. Okay, are you ready to create all of your own hexagon designs? We are sure you'll come up with many, many more ideas, and we want to see them. Be sure to post and tag us at Concord 9th. Here we have our new Kindness Blooms bundle. This is a beautiful painted flower turnabout, and it has a dual outcome. First thing I'm going to do though is show you how to use all of these bits of flowers and leaves and fun pieces along with the die set. And then we'll go over the turnabout. Okay, so you've got these large flower blooms in here. So this is how this works. If you stamp the outside, there's also a detailed piece that you can then stamp over the top, so it looks like it's got a double layer. And then it also does have a die cut, so you can cut that out. Here is the same thing, but with a smaller blossom, just a little bit smaller in size with the die cut. Then you have your different leaves. Okay, so you've got this leaf right here. If you stamp the middle, then you have that extra detail, and you can die cut it. And then you have a double leaf. This is all one stamp, and then you stamp the middle, and then you have the layers there with your die cut piece. You also have the smaller leaves to go with the smaller blossom. Same thing, you've got the double, and when you do the layers, you get that little die cut. And then you have a single leaf for the smaller blossom as well. Okay, so that's all right there in the stamp set. And then you've got that other little leaf. Hey, there's also this really pretty flower bloom. This has got a few extra steps. Okay, so you'll stamp the bloom, then you have this detailed piece that goes towards the bottom, another little part that's the bottom of the flower where the greenery would be, and then these little yellow ones that stamp inside those open spaces there. And you also do have that cute die cut to go with it. Okay, and then you also have in the die set just these extra little, like these cute little twigs to add in, and then these, you get this little cluster of 3 blossoms here that just die cut a bunch of cute little blossoms. Okay, you also have the words, "You are so kind," that you can use just as they come, or they're square and the fallout letters are like you use the negative space, or you can use those fallout letters on their own as well. Now, this is really cool. When you combine all of these beautiful flowers together, you can make sprays that look like this really pretty bundle. Okay, so that is going over all of these extra pieces and all of the dies. Now I'm going to show you the turnabout because it, like I said, it does have a dual outcome. Okay, it does come with the alignment aid because this is the turnabout portion of your stamp set. Okay, it makes these really cute little blossoms. So when you stamp it once in one color, it looks like that, twice in 2 colors, 3 times in 3 colors, and 4 times in all 4 colors. So you just have this cute little blossom background, or you can just use it minimalistically and just do one turn. So that is really fun. Here is what it looks like when it's all stamped out in 4 different colors. Okay, now I do want to show you one other thing. Here is the trick with this set. You are going to just stamp this 2 times, okay, 2 turns. So you're going to take and align this up in your MISTI, okay, and just do the first and second turn. So you'll put your paper in, this is already stamped, but you'll do your alignment, okay, and then you'll just do it once and twice, and then you stop, okay, and it is going to leave these open spaces for you. Now, we have provided a second alignment aid that will show you how you can add these small blooms and the flowers in to really fill this in. Okay, so if you go in and line up the blossoms that you've already stamped, we've provided this one for you so you can see where to stamp the other blossoms. Now you have a choice. You can actually go in, so you'll stamp this twice and leave it on your jig, and then go in and line up this alignment aid. And you can take the pieces, okay, like what we would do is take this one, okay, and you're just going to set it like right here in your MISTI, and then close the lid, get your color, remove your alignment aid, and stamp that flower down so you know where that one goes. Now, that's a little time consuming to do that every single time with your MISTI. Here's a quicker way, but not maybe quite as precise, okay? But you can still line this up, And then you'll put this on a block, on an acrylic block, and you can see where this goes. So you'll put this on a block and you can just lift up this corner and then you know where to stamp it. Clean it off, switch your color, put it in here, you know where to stamp it. So you could just lift this off each time and do the same thing for the leaves. And then when you completely fill that in, okay, so here it is with just the blossoms. We've done all the blossoms first, and then we added in the leaves. Okay, so it's really filled that in. You've got the 2 turns with the tiny little blossoms. Now you've got the flowers and you've got the leaves in. The other thing that you can do, like this is beautiful, just done like this, or you can add in that extra detailed piece like I mentioned before and add the detail on top of those flowers and leaves, and you can see the difference there. Okay, so you have such fun options with this beautiful turnabout. Let me show you some projects that we've created with this fun bundle. Okay, so here is a card where we've just done the turnabout only 4 times in 4 colors, and then we just added our tall type alphabet and created our sentiment over the top. Simple, so cute. Here is one where we didn't use the turnabout, we just used that beautiful blossom spray with the die cuts and the stamping. There is also a little extra blossom in here, so you can add in extra little blossoms that are stamped directly on the card base. Here is a card where we've done both. We've done the 2 turns of the turnabout and we've added in those flower blossoms with the details. And then the die cut So Kind on top. Here is one where we've done the turnabout just tone on our craft cardstock background and then added in our floral sprays with our own sentiment. Here again is another one with those beautiful floral sprays. We've added a gingham background and again that tall type alphabet. So there are so many different things that you can do. Which will you do? Will you turn 4 times? Will you turn it twice and add the painted flowers? What color combos will you use? Will you stamp the detail on the flowers or leave them? There is just so much fun to be had with this Kindness Blooms bundle. Introducing Tall Type Bundle. This is a bundle that includes 3 products: Tall Type Alphabet, Tall Type Numbers, and Playful Patterns stamp set. I am in love with this alphabet. The letters and numbers are tall, skinny, and I just adore the font. They are sized just right to make a big impact on your cards, plus the patterns can be stamped on them or behind them. We do recommend using, are new to our shop, this double-sided adhesive sheets with the dies. It's so easy and a lot less mess than adhering with liquid glue. Let me show you how to use these. Okay, so there are 10 sheets, 10 4x6 sheets that come in this pack. There is a little perforation right here so you can easily pull the yellow backing off. And you can also pull that strip off. Okay, so you've got your adhesive, and then you'll take your cardstock. You can cut this down into bits, but for today I'm just going to show you placing a full piece down and rubbing that on. Okay, then what you'll do is you'll take your die cut letters and you'll take your dies and line them up, and I would use as much of that space as you can, putting them really close together, and then run it through your die cut machine. Okay, and then you'll end up with the adhesive already on it. So take your die release tool and just poke the letters out like this. Okay, you've got the adhesive, and then you can also just easily peel that off and stick your letter down. So it's that easy. It's a lot less messy than using like liquid glue. So I'll show you again. It's just super simple. You'll take it right out of the die. Oh, I took the adhesive off first. That's fine. Oh my goodness. Nails are sometimes tricky. Okay. Then I've got my B, and I can just adhere that down. So these sheets make it super easy. You can use these sheets also with other intricate dies, not just our alphabet. So that is now available in our shop. Okay, let me show you how cute these are, all die cut out. So there is the full alphabet, plus there's a heart. And what's cool about the heart die right here is it's a double cut. So you get the fallout piece and you get that cute outline, and you have some punctuation, and then we put the words and happy that you can use you could use it as a block, or you can use the little fallout letters as well. And then here are the numbers. So you've got all of your numbers. Just to note, the number 6 is also the number 9. So just flip it over. And then you've got these. You can say first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So I just think they're so cute. Now let me show you how to incorporate the patterns in with the stamp. They're the dies, sorry. Okay, so you've got these 2 patterns. You've got these little tiny polka dots. Here, let me show you up close. And you've got these cute little teeny stripes. Okay, so when you stamp those on top of the letters, it still makes a cute little pattern. Even though those letters are super tall and skinny, you can still see those cute tiny little patterns on there. There is also this solid rectangle piece in that stamp set, and that gives you this cute ombre look, and it does intentionally overlap so that you do see that hard line on those letters like that. You also have this swash. Now this is a really great one to do behind the letters. So you'll stamp all of your swashes down in the different colors, and then the white are actually the die cut letters sitting on top of those swashes. Now you also have these other 2 patterns right here. So you've got these polka dots and hearts, and that allows you to just create this overall background by repeatedly stamping those hearts, and then you can put your letters over the top. You also have this large circle and large heart, so sorry, here's the polka dot pattern that we've done all over a background, and then we've also done this heart that you can add things to. So, and you could do the same thing with the big polka dot. So I wanted you to see that you will want this along with your letters and numbers to add all of that fun color and texture to your projects. Okay, now let me show you things that we've created. Now we did sneak these early on Instagram on Halloween, so they do say boo, spooky, and wicked, but I really wanted to show you that these letters fit on this tag die. This is from our Holiday Cheers tag dies, so they fit perfectly on there. Here is a card where we have done the stamping on the letters. So you've got that solid tiny little reversed out polka dot. So it's actually stamped in pink ink on white, and that's why you see the white little polka dots. You have the little stripes, and then you have that stacked rectangle to give you the ombre on that card. This one is fun. You can just spell out whatever you want. Have a Merry Christmas. Now I do want to show you something really fun about this. Do your turnabout on the back. Like it, design the back of your card or the inside of your card too. And then do that with a coordinating envelope. Here is one where we've used that polka dot for the background, and then we use the letters in reverse. Okay, so we used them as fallout. Now save those letters, set them off to the side. You'll want them for another time, but use the fallout negative space, and then we just added strips of cardstock behind there to give those cute stripes behind the letters. Now here is one where we've used that happy from the alphabet set. Okay, we did it twice actually. So you've got a lighter color cardstock as the block, and then we pieced those tiny little letters back in, which is where that adhesive sheet is going to come in handy. Then you've got your numbers, the 15th and birthday, and in the background we've used one of our Turnabout stamp sets, the birthday one, Birthday Basics Turnabout. And that is our copper foil paper. So that is so cute. You can customize it for whoever's birthday. Here's one that uses that fun swash, just a quick thank you card. This is really quite a quick card to make. And then you've got this fun, we've just added in the white letters on top of that craft cardstock. Use that double cut heart, filled it in with our copper glitter paper, and then the word hi stands out because you've die cut those letters in a different color. Okay, are you as in love with this tall type bundle as we are? Do you already have in mind what you're going to spell out on your customized cards, journals, and scrapbook pages? We want to see. Post and tag us at Concord 9th. Introducing our Thank You for Being bundle. We all have people in our lives that deserve handmade thank you cards from us. So we designed this fun set to thank people for different reasons. And all of the sentiments are separate from each other so that you can stack them together. The set includes a few florals and these imperfect stripes that make the perfect backgrounds. The dies have these fun florals to cut these out, and also this great label piece and an extra heart, because why not? Let me show you how these come together. So die cutting the label and using your stamps, you can do things like just simply stamp thank you on the label, or you can say thank you for being you. Let's see. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for being born. That could be for a friend, that could be for a new baby, it's just fun. Thank you for being my person. Thank you for being weird like me. Now we all know a friend that could do, like your best friend probably would love that card. Thank you for being extra kind. And thank you for being incredibly sweet, friend. Okay, so there are so many things that you can stamp out. Now you can mix and match these too. Like what if you wanted to say, thank you for being incredibly weird like me? Or thank you for being extra. Let's see, like thank you for being extra, leave the kind off. Like if you have a friend that is extra, they would also love that card. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to point out is all of these fun florals. So if you stamp them down, you can like just tuck these in and build yourself a little floral spray like this. Okay, you've got your leaves. You've got this cute little twig that you can use. Okay, so you could just quickly come together, put a little spray off to the side, and your card's almost done. Here's one other thing I wanted to point out. As you can see, this label piece has a stitched edge, but there's one other special factor to it. It is a double cut. So you get this piece that cuts out around that edge. So if you wanted to, you could border that with a different color, then add your spray on top, or simply just use the border and stamp inside that as well. So I love that this is a double cut. And then you also do have that cute heart. It doesn't have a coordinating stamp, but who doesn't want a heart in their stamp set? I mean, you could quickly do that as well. Okay, so let me show you some projects that we've made with this fun set. Okay, here is one where we've done thank you for being there for me. We've added those imperfect stripes and then did our floral sprays on the corners. Pretty quick and easy and really cute. Okay, here is one where we said thank you for being weird like me, but instead we took those stripes, stamped them one direction in one color, and the other direction another color, giving it a plaid, because you know how, or more like a gingham. We love plaid, we love gingham. And then we white embossed those flowers off to the side. Here's one where we've stacked words together. Thank you for being extra incredibly kind, friend. And we did that cute gingham in the background and then added that scallop. That is from our wintry edge die. So break out those dies that you've bought a long time ago and add them onto your cards. And there's that cute heart at the bottom. Here's one where we did a little more simple. We just took this little cute cluster of blossoms and stamped them randomly in different colors and added that label, you know, clipped it short and just said, thank you, friend. Here is one where we've used that, the stripes in the background and then the label piece and added in our new alphabet, the tall type, and added it with the word you, thank you, and with a cute little cluster of flowers there. So there are so many different things you can do with this, and I bet you could build some funny sentiments too. How many people deserve a thank you card from you, even if it's to thank a friend for being weird with you? We hope you'll send those handmade thank you cards out using this fun Thank You for Being bundle. Here is our Warm Wishes bundle. Guess what? We were able to squeeze 2 turnabouts into this one 4x6 stamp set. Yes, 2. There is a large snowflake and a small snowflake with such fun details. The coordinating dies include the scripty word warm, a banner to stamp sentiments on, and the dies that will cut around your turned about snowflakes. Okay, let me show you. Okay. This is the large snowflake. So here's what it looks like if you stamp it 1 time in 1 color, 2 times in 2 colors, 3 times in 3 colors, and 4 times in all 4 colors. Look how it just comes together all crisp and so pretty. Here is a close-up of it stamped. Look at all those fun, tiny little details, little tiny snowflakes and circles to fill in that snowflake. Here is the small one. Okay, here's what it looks like stamped once in 1 color, twice in 2 colors, 3 times in 3 colors, and 4 times in all 4 colors. Here is a close-up of it stamped. And look at that fun detail on that small snowflake. Okay, now I did mention that the dies do cut around the snowflakes. So here is what it looks like die cut with the little one as well. And these are really fun also if you stack them together. I didn't mention that there is a little tiny snowflake in here as well, so you've got that little die cut. So when you stack them together, you can use them individually or stack them all together. It looks really pretty. Okay, some other things to note in the set. So you've got a large word warm. If you're just doing your stamping, you can say things like sending warm thoughts. Now this banner piece works if you're going to arch above the word or below the word. Just flip it around. Here's another one that says, hold on to whatever keeps you warm. The other option is you can stamp the banner and then die cut it out with your die cut here. Or you could, so we've used the background banner piece and then stamped it, or you can just stamp your words on colored cardstock and then add that beautiful scripty word warm right in the middle. You could also swap out your stamped word warm over here and put your die cut one there. Okay, now I do want to show you that we did stamp this in those blue tones to make it look like a snowflake. The other option, oh, and I want to point out one other thing. In the stamp set, you might wonder what this piece is. This is an extra little piece that's already got the same details as in the larger snowflake, but this will allow you to create like a flower. So if you just switch out your colors, these are in oranges and yellows, and then you take this piece and stamp it along the sides, it looks like leaves. So now you've made yourself a spring flower. Here's one where we made, and we did it in reds and pink tones. It kind of looks like a poinsettia for Christmas. So don't limit yourself to snowflakes. There are plenty of other things you can do with this set. and I am going to show you some projects that were made. Here is one where we made that large snowflake, used the banner, the scripty word warm, and then we added those cute little snowflake details in. If you can tell, this one is from our silver glitter paper, and this is our silver foil paper. So add those fun sparkly details. Here is a more simple version. You've got these extra little snowflakes in the stamp set, so we just stamped those in white ink on black, giving it a chalkboard look, and then did that sending warm thoughts right on the front with a foil snowflake. Pretty simple, really pretty. Here is another one where we have used the smaller snowflake turnabout in different colors. We've added in this fun word Mary from our new tall type alphabet. And the stripes are actually from another set called Thank You for Being. Anyway, this is a really fun Christmas card. Here is the card where I mentioned that poinsettia, where we've done it in the red tones and then the greens. We've added our barnwood background stamp, and then the warm wishes on top. Okay, this one is absolutely beautiful. We love how we've combined so many different things. Okay, so to do this, we die cut this out of cardstock, just a colored piece of cardstock, and then use that extra piece because it's all in one color, and we actually silver emboss that. You can just stamp those on the little edges of your petals and then do your embossing. And then we did the 4 turns of the turnabout on the large snowflake, added in a small purple to pull out those pink and purple tones, did the little turnabout in the middle with winter wishes, and then did our background by using the large word warm and those snowflakes. So this is a little bit stepped up, but absolutely stunning. Okay, now this is something you might not think of, and when Robin made this, I was like, wow, that is creative. Look how cute this is. So yes, there's quite a few turnabouts of the little snowflake on here, but how beautiful is that home decor piece? Top it off with a yellow one, add your warm in our gold foil paper, and set that on your end table or your mantle. So beautiful for Christmas. Okay, now that you've seen this double turnabout stamp set and die bundle, will you create wintry snowflake cards, flowers? Be sure to tag us at Concord 9th so we can see all of your turnabout creativity. Okay, here it is, our full November 2019 new product release. We hope you are as excited as we are to start creating with these products. Be sure to check out each individual product page for inspiring projects and how-tos. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube. Tag us when you make projects too. Use hashtag Concord and 9th. Happy crafting!